Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down some really big ideas. Today, we're diving into one of humanity's oldest, biggest questions, and the answer is probably not what you're expecting.
It's a question we've all thought about, right? It's been in our stories and our religions for thousands of years. But what if yes or no are the wrong answers? What if the real issue is that we're asking the question all wrong?
Okay, so let's get right into it. The philosopher Master Cheon-bu-gyeong says, yes, an end is coming. It's totally inevitable for everything in the universe, actually. But, and this is the part you really got to grab onto, he completely changes the definition of what an end even is.
So, if it's not the big, fiery Hollywood-style ending we always picture, then what exactly is it? Well, Master Cheon-bu-gyeong explains this whole cosmic shift with one core universal principle. Okay, check this out. On the left, you have our usual idea of the end. In Korean, it's called Il-jong-mu-jong-il. You know, destruction, game over, a complete and total stop. But Master Cheon-bu-gyeong just flips that whole idea on its head. On the right, he presents this concept of oneself. And here, the end isn't about destruction at all. It's about returning to the origin. It's not a stop. It's just part of a cycle.
So, oneself literally means return to the origin. Think of it this way. The universe doesn't just crash and burn. Instead, once everything, every star, every planet, every single thing has done what it was created to do, it just dissolves. It goes back to being the pure energy it came from. It's not an ending, it's more like a homecoming.
And look, this isn't just some poetic idea or a nice metaphor. Master Cheon-bu-gyeong says this is grounded in the fundamental blueprint of the cosmos itself.
He calls it the 30-70 law, and this is kind of wild. The idea is that everything we can see, touch, and measure, everything, the stars, the galaxies, you and me, all of it is made from only 30% of the universe's total energy. That's the material world.
So let's break that down. That 30% becomes the physical, material world. The other 70%, it just stays as this non-material realm of pure energy. And here's the kicker. This means that all the stuff we see around us is just temporary. It's just energy that took on a physical form to do a job.
Okay, so if our entire universe is just a temporary arrangement of energy, what does that do to our whole concept of time? And this is where it really starts to bend your brain a little. We think in terms of years, or maybe centuries. Billions of years sounds like an eternity to us. It's almost impossible for our minds to really comprehend that scale.
But from the universe's point of view, our entire cosmic history, the Big Bang, Earth forming, all of human civilization, the whole thing is just a blip. It's a single, fleeting event in an infinite cycle of energy taking form and then going back home.
Now, this idea of a cyclical universe isn't some brand new invention. Master Cheon-bu-gyeong says this entire cosmic blueprint is actually written down, encoded in a very old, very important text.
It's called the Cheon-bu-gyeong. And supposedly this incredibly short, kind of cryptic text explains the entire operation of the universe, from the very beginning to its inevitable return. And he points to the very last line as the perfect summary of the whole story.
Il-jong-mu-jong-il. What's so amazing about this is how these few syllables contain the entire philosophy we've been talking about. Honestly, you could almost call it the punchline to the story of the universe.
It translates to something beautiful, like one ends with no ending. It perfectly captures the whole idea, right? The end isn't a hard stop. It's just the beginning of the journey back, merging back into the one that it started from.
So let's just put it all together real quick. The big takeaway is this four-step cosmic cycle. First, it all starts from one single point of origin. Then, step 2, creation happens. Energy takes on physical form. Step 3, that matter exists to fulfill a purpose. And finally, step 4, the return. The cycle completes by going right back to where it started, ready to do it all over again. In other words, the end is the beginning.
So when you reframe the end of the world from this terrible disaster to just a natural cyclical return, it leaves you with a really profound question. If our entire existence is part of this grand cosmic purpose, how does that change the way we think about our own lives right here, right now, inside this beautiful, endless cycle?